Adam Flowers. My man.
This is crazy.
My
It's
man.
in a whole he in a whole new world right now.
Why? Why is it crazy?
It's just seeing you from where you were. Yeah, you were used to be pissed at that motherfucker.
Well,
Just-
I wasn't, dude. The funny thing
it's
is,
just you were done. Like your work where you were is where I'm at. Like it's like, I got to get out of here.
yeah, I think you might maybe be in a worse spot, or I might have been closer to where you are whenever I was working in the call center. Because having a call center job, or really any frontline operational job, where it's just like repetitive task.
But that's the thing. I don't have. It's just dealing with negativity. And
Exactly.
I talk to maybe 4 people a day, but it's like, ah,
Yeah, so there's that, and maybe you don't have the same volume that I had, but when you're on the front lines and like you're dealing with the fucking like in your case like a patient, or like you're dealing with the customer, or like in that big corporate setting, and there's a lot of decisions being made at the top
right,
that those people will never see like like they don't ever really see the repercussions of those like in a real world sense. All they see is
right,
numbers and
right.
strategy. And when you're dealing with that, and you get like the brunt end of a lot of negativity like all fucking day, and like and then also add to the fact that it's not really like a meaningful job, like that's fucking soul sucking, right?
So
So like whenever we were in the lab, and like I don't know why they even call it a lab. It's not like a laboratory, but
you're used to it. That was home for a long time.
yeah, but like that, dude, I had complete freedom. So that was actually a really ideal scenario in the sense that it gave me the most money for doing the least amount of work. Like I did a lot, right?
Right.
They were always fucking calling me. I was always
Always.
putting out fires. Always had shit, but I still allowed me a lot of flexibility to go do my own thing. Like
Hmm.
I'd always like I could work from home. I'd fucking leave and go do my own thing. But I mean, at the end of the fucking day, it was still a trap, right? I
Right.
mean, I don't know who's calling me right now. I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. It's my fault because I should have put my
On
phone
airplane mode.
on airplane mode, do not disturb, and now I just lost that video. For the folks listening,
It
somebody
happens.
called and I did not put my phone on do not disturb.
I'm glad you said that because when I was doing filming something, I'm like, man, I don't want anybody to talk to me, and I never knew about airplane mode. What really airplane mode meant
Yeah, man.
besides being on an airplane until I started filming.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's so frustrating. I didn't do it just now. Oh well. It happens.
It
Anyway,
happens.
it created like a false sense of security because like you get complacent and you get comfortable, right? Like and then it is easy to spin to your means. Like I've always lived below my means to where I was able to put some back, but I was still like probably I mean I wasn't living as frugal as I could have been, and
Right.
it creates like this it created a false sense of security, like that was always going to be the case,
Hmm.
which wasn't the fucking case for me, right? Like that
Right.
was I was killing it. It didn't matter. Still,
It was just you were locked in there.
still lost my job.
Right.
Right.
And it was meant to happen.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it definitely sent me on a path. It's going on. I guess it's been about a year and a half, almost 2 years. Not quite 2 years yet. And dude, it definitely was like a life altering. That's one of those things, though, right? I think what do they say? There are like a handful of just really like life altering events that happen, and it's like you lose, like you get fired from a job,
Hmm.
or you like a death of
Or death.
like a death, or like a birth, or like you get married, or you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like there are just certain like big events, you know what I mean, that just kind of
I
like
never heard that, but I
alter
can
you.
see that. And you see it all day because it means something always changes.
Or I guess I guess if we're talking like negativity, I guess it'd be like a divorce. Wouldn't really be like a marriage. It'd be like a divorce. That
But no,
should change the way you look at
no.
things.
The divorce can still be a good thing.
It can definitely be a good thing, but I mean, from like oftentimes there's a lot of like, there's a,
Subtied to it.
well, no, there's a lot of negativity through that whole process. It's very rarely a clean process. So I mean, there's a lot of hurt still. I mean, even at ultimately, it's a positive,
Right.
dude. For me, it was like the best thing. But in the moment, I mean, there's still a lot of hard to go through. It's not an
Right.
easy process, right? So I think maybe it's like the hard processes are what's important, what change you.
Right. A turn of events, we would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's been up, dude?
Real living life.
Yeah.
Main thing about it is, and I could tell you the truth, it cracks me up. Just like I said, it cracks me up seeing. It didn't crack me up, but it's like it's so unreal just seeing your life compared to when we used to talk back in the day. And you used to like, oh well, you just got to do it. And I'm like, excuses, and it's still. But I'm breaking out of the shell where it's like, fuck this,
It's the truth.
because at the end of the day, I cannot be content
Yeah.
on something that I don't want. Something that I'm not really. I don't like working a 9 to 5, but at the same time, it's like me going and saying, okay, well now I'm gonna be an actor, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and someday I'm gonna get the fuck out of my 9 to 5 or my hellhole, which is making me money, but it's still not the passion.
Yeah, well, Sunday doesn't exist. I just had it's not a fucking day on the calendar. I just posted something about this. It's not real.
It's not a day on the calendar.
No.
It isn't.
No, you can't. What the fuck you waiting for?
Right. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
man. Yeah, we used to talk about that all the time, right?
All the time. Every damn day. He used to stare at me and just look at me like I was.
Well, are you still wanting to act? Are you still acting?
Well,
you just posted a fucking awesome
I posted
audition.
audition for BMF, Black Mafia Family for 50 Cent. Yeah, I'm still acting. Still very, very serious with acting, but trying to do stuff behind the scenes. I just directed my first film quicker than I thought in August, a short film called The Heist.
Yeah.
And it's, if anything, it's an action type martial arts type thing, a situation where I guess a robbery goes wrong,
Yeah.
something like that. But being behind the scenes and being in front of the scenes, in front of the camera is, what I like. But now it's that point where, okay, the 9 to 5 is getting old. Those 8 hours of the day that I'm sitting there getting yelled at, I could probably do something way more productive, which we all know. So I said, let me get into SFX. Let me get into makeup. Let me get in beauty makeup.
SFX, special effects.
Special effects. Me sitting back and just seeing all the actual makeup artists putting it on my face. Plus I've always been a horror fanatic. My back is full Freddy Krueger portrait.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
That's your shit.
That's the shit.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love it.
Man, I used to have fucking nightmares about it. Did you?
No, but one thing I do think about, I do.
Chucky, Child's Play scared shit out of me too.
Hey, well, I mean, cause
I used to have one of those dolls.
did you?
I don't know. I don't think they called it like a My Buddy doll. I don't know what the fuck they called it, but I had
Good guy though.
yeah, whatever the hell they called it. I had a doll that resembled it enough that it scared the shit out of me. It probably. I mean, I was
Who?
convinced.
She got it for you? Your mother?
My mom did.
She probably knew. She
Yeah.
knew. She seen the movie.
She saw it. She was, well, let me watch it.
I'm gonna get you that. So, and I'm gonna bring Chucky in when you're bad.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I mean, just me. I'm about to be 37 this year. I have no kids. I don't have nothing else to do.
Dude, you have no reason not to fucking make it happen, bro.
Right, and that's how I feel.
I say that all the time. I've said it to you countless fucking
I
times.
told my mother, and she was like, "Why
There's
are
no
you?"
goddamn reason.
And that's the thing. I was like, I told my mother, I said, I'm not gonna be the one that says, "Oh, I could have, I used to, it should have happened." And it's like, why didn't it not happen?
Tell
that's
me.
the thing. Why didn't it? It's like and it's not. It's gonna happen. But that's why I broke into makeup with that. I was like, okay, I need to find a way to make my own money. I like makeup. Not saying like I put makeup on, but I do it before, if I do it on set.
Well,
or
you
something like that.
appreciate the art of what they're doing.
I
Dude,
appreciate it.
there's a show on Sci-Fi. It's been some time since I've seen it, but it was a contest of like special
Yes.
effects. Dude, they did some miraculous things.
And you got to see how they did it, and it's not that hard.
Well-
it's I ain't gonna say it's hard.
You have to be creative, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they're doing things like they're making these awesome textures with like toilet paper, whether it's dry or wet. You know what I mean? Just simple things. You get to see little techniques. Like if you can pick up the nuances and really like look at something with like a close eye, like you can learn a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I never watched it to learn, but if I think about it, like you can watch them put on like apply certain things, and sometimes they had to like fucking figure things out
Right.
just out of no,
Right.
like something went wrong, and it's like
It's a scramble.
you know what I mean? Like what materials are they using? Like what processes does it really take? You know what I mean? Like
It makes it more worth it. And I had to say, okay, in this case, I went and got my airbrush kit. I went and got a good amount of makeup. I got stuff coming in, a lot of blood, a lot of different brushes. And then I got the people that I needed. You know, it's not like it wasn't supposed to happen. I got a great makeup artist that travels the world.
Who's that?
It's Darius. I can't think of his last name. But I'm gonna start working with him. I got another woman, Debbie Piper. She's she does. I met her on the Lost Treasure of Jesse James. I did a film out there in Columbia.
Oh yeah.
It's a fantastic film. It's a kid friendly film. You'll love it. It's literally like a western, gun smoke and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's
When'd you do that?
That was dude, I do so much. It's like I don't even. I
It's always working.
Yeah, I did it over the summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just had like a small part in there, but just to be in it. And
Yeah. Well, it's all experience, right?
yeah, all experience, and just to keep going. It's like there's no reason for me to stop and be like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna do more behind the scenes? You really want to get into special effects?
No, I'm gonna do both.
So
I'm gonna stay on target on doing both.
Yeah.
Still trying to do auditions, still trying to be on set, in front of the camera, but behind the camera. Focusing on behind the camera as for money to make sure, and exposure and networking.
Well, that's what everything's about, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one day. I can tell you the truth. When I sat there in the chair and I was looking at you, you were just staring off in space, and I swooped down like Khabib, like an eagle, and it's like, what's wrong? and where we're at now, it's like it literally. I'm so proud of you, bro. Like it's like you look free, you're happy, and it's like this. And I said, man, you're truly a mentor. Now I'm looking at you like this motherfucker is a mentor.
I don't know about that, man. I'm just fucking trying to do my best, dude. And I started this podcast, right, because I want to fucking like connect with people. I always felt like I haven't had like I haven't had like the strongest like empathy. So like I've just really been like working on that and just like put myself like in uncomfortable situations. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just trying to just like, make myself uncomfortable and just do it. You know what I mean? Like I've always I've listened to tons of podcasts and
Right.
like I study a lot of like successful people and whatnot, and like a lot of people know what to do. I've always known what to do.
Procrastination.
It's just fucking doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple, man. And also having patience is important, right? Because it can take some time. And like we were talking before the podcast, like there's all these things that I need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And but you're like, dude, you're doing this, this, and this. I'm just like, bro, but what about all this shit? I'm not. I still have I have still to get done, man. Like, there's still a lot to do, but yeah, it's just about getting it done and just doing it,
and just
staying positive, fucking.
That's the
plugging
main
away.
thing.
It's super hard, dude. There's so many times I get down, like, and I'm really bad about negative self talk. I always, man, I decided that is not going to happen anymore, but there was a time to where I'm just always saying to myself, dude, you're fucking slacking. Like, dude, you got to get it together. Come on, man, get it the fucking together, Adam. Like, you're slacking, dude. Like, I always say that. Like, but I told myself I have to quit saying that to myself. And this is very recent. Like, within like the last couple weeks, like I stopped saying this shit to myself because it's just detrimental to success.
Just hearing it. Mm-hmm.
It really is. Like, the way that you speak to yourself is super important. And yeah, man, just to be able to weather the storm, because
you never know.
Yeah, it's just about making it happen and just one day at a time.
And that is what cracks me up. It's like just like you said, just we can say series of events or anything, but it's just meeting somebody or networking with a person that change your mind or put you in a whole nother direction that you never thought you were in, or the same direction. And usually it's always a direction, either it can be bad or it could be good. In my direction, I could say I'm so grateful that it's been just up and up. And if it went to the left or right, it was for a reason. Usually it was always my reason of doing something wrong, just not staying on the path, thinking a negative act, thinking anything, just thinking some bullshit. And it steered me to the right or the left. Instead, I'm supposed to be going forward. But you'll meet people, you'll network with people, and it's like on the same wave, same mindset, same whatever, and it just keeps you pushing forward. You other people a lot of people that I met in as a film, um, and it's just good people. But I look back in the past as of the friends that I did have or the friends I have, and it's like, damn, why the fuck you guys ain't doing that? You
Doing
know,
what?
same thing I'm doing.
Oh,
It's like it's
yeah.
just like a rub off. If I can rub off on you, then in a good way, which in this case, then why aren't you doing the same? And that comes down to the procrastination.
Yeah, I mean, I
Or
feel like, I mean, at a certain point, you just gotta let people do their own thing, go their own way. I mean, you just have to. I've said it a million times, like I'm a firm believer, like the energy that you put out is the energy that is returned to you, and like you have to take ownership of all your decisions, right? Like, so
mhm.
you have to like be positive and have the belief, and but you have to like take fucking action and work and like live with intent and discipline. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
structure. So and take ownership of like the things that happen. You know what I mean? Like
Accountability is a huge thing
it's
that a lot of
important.
people don't have.
You have to fucking have it, and the people that you surround yourself with, I mean, that says everything about you. So you just can't allow for certain people in your life. You can't allow for certain things in your life. You know what I mean? Like I've definitely cut people out because I just don't have time for that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't have time. You're always looking for a pity party, trying to feel sorry for yourself. Woe is me. That shit is cancer. I don't got it.
Right.
Like so,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's just about
Woe is me. Woe is me.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's just you know, it's just about surrounding yourself with the right energy. So you seem to be doing that with
It's
diving into work and shit. But what's keeping you here, man?
what, St. Louis?
Yeah, why not? Why not go out to L.A.?
The only reason that I'm still here is because I'm trying to build. Look, I don't want to look at you because this is a talk we always had, and it's like you look dead at me, and I'm just like, I mean, what's really keeping me here is, I mean, I have no excuse. You know, I can say my mother, I can say family, but my
I
mother's
mean, do
like,
you want to be here? Let me ask you a better question. Where do you want to be? What's up with like where are you going? What's up? I mean,
well,
so we talked about special effects, acting. I mean, you're pretty heavy in the scene. I know you've taken classes around here, but I mean, at the end of the day, we both know like this isn't
right,
where things are happening, right? I
right.
mean,
I can go a lot of
you can go to
places.
L.A., you can go to Atlanta, you can maybe some in Chicago, you can go to New York, right? There's
Hmm.
other places you can fucking go,
The next 2 3 years,
but we've talked about
yeah,
L.A.
we talked about it. Yeah.
So
I mean, me going. It's like that's the thing. It's like I can't say I don't know what California looks like. That's where I came for. You came before I came here before
from
from California when I was younger. But the thing is now it's like
so yeah. So what are you thinking now?
the main thing is to get my own business doing something. And I really want to get into the effects. I really want to get.
Yeah,
I want to stay in film
yeah,
because I have to stay. It's like I'm not going to steer off and be a Jack in the Box manager, and that just steers
yeah.
me away from. It's like stay in the past, stay in, and that's where I'm at now. This is my fourth year being serious on acting, so it's like I can't say that I won't end up in Atlanta. I can't say, but the main thing, or end up in LA, or end up wherever. But the main thing is, I do not. I'm tired of working. This is my last. Express Scripts is my last job. His guys over there smiling at me too. Express Scripts
Legacy.
is my Express Scripts is my last job, and it's like I'm done. You get tired of working for people. We
Yeah,
know
man.
so many people that are so successful on what they do, on using their hands, on using their mind. And they're they're doing whatever. But in this case, it's like okay, now it's time to step it up. I'm be 37 this year. I'm still young, very young, and I have no kids. So it's like taking that jump is scary, but I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for myself, which is, I can say.
Well, man, I'm telling you right now, you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to make shit easy on yourself because nothing's easy. And that's the thing, and that's where people fail because they try to make it easy, dude. You got to fucking take the hard road, dude, and that's where it's at. A great podcast. I'm always fucking recommend a podcast, right? But Andy Frisella, the MF CEO Project,
Hmm.
he just released a podcast. It was probably like 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe, and it's one of the most recent episodes. And he talks about this actor and like going through all of this shit for like 20 years before he finally hits his big break. I don't want to fucking say who he's talking about or because
Hmm.
I want folks to go listen to it. I'll probably put it in the show notes actually. But dude, go fucking hear that. And then I think you just have to be where the work is. You have to be where it's at. to fucking make like you have to
You
be.
can do that, but
You
you
can't
you
get
don't
in
have
the
to do that
game.
now.
You do though.
Dude, listen. You have a lot. Well, I can't say that I don't have to be in that environment, and it'd be better to be in Atlanta to be in
Well, I guess my
LA.
question: what's the goal? Is the question, right? Like,
The
do
the
you want to make money and like be a working actor, or even special effects, right? Where are the people doing the most special effects? Where are the best people at doing special effects? Where is the greatest chance of getting like a low level entry job on a set or in
Mhm.
the scene at? Like, where's that at?
That's where it comes down to me to find out. Because the main thing about it is I can say this. I mean, I'm when I made my which it's being edited now. But when I made my first short film, and
Is that
I,
that?
that's oh my goodness, don't ever. If you guys knew, man, it's being in certain movies, being just dealing
So it's
dealing
not.
with bullshit.
So it's not that the movie.
Nah, being my own directed film that'll never come out. But being in my own project and then being, starring in a project and being behind the scenes, directing a project. In this case, it's like it opens up my eyes to where it just depends on. It's like right now I can't say I'm floating, and I'm just one. It's just I'm trying to stay in the craft. I do not know where I'm gonna end up because I could go out to LA, I could go anywhere, but the main thing I said, and remember this, I said I'm gonna give myself time to pay my car off too.
Okay.
So, and I have 10,000 left. So, but it's not an excuse. But if anything, it's like the main thing is just I don't know. I'm just building tools. It's just like I'm a fighter. I'm building tools. I'm building so many tools to bring to the cage, to bring to the ring. So when I am ready, I can look back just like I have looked back before and be like, man, I'm really growing. I got all this stuff to start doing auditions nationwide.
Yeah.
And I can say I get discouraged at times.
Yeah.
But then when I seen that 50 Cent thing, I was like, what the? And then I seen people on there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm an actor.
Yeah.
So why don't I do this? I set up my shit.
Own it.
And just did it. And you seen
Look
the
good,
results.
man. Yeah.
And
You gotta own that shit.
and it was like, okay, that was
Put yourself out there.
and that was the main thing I said. I said 2019. I count the days now. So today's the 15th. Something has to be done today. Tomorrow, something has to be done. The 17th, 18th, 19th. It doesn't matter if it's so small, but it has to go towards the goal because I can't keep working the 9 to 5.
Yeah, dude. Do you have a
And
power
it's like-
list? Do you create a power list? We talked about this before.
Say it again.
Power list? Dude, every
I
day,
haven't.
a list of 5 critical tasks that you have to get done every day. You get those 5 things done, dude. Win the fucking day.
I used to do that, and it's like
It just creates a habit of winning
right.
every
It
day.
does. It does. That makes total
Discipline.
sense.
Yeah. You know what I started doing? I started because like I don't have the structure of like going to an office.
Mhm.
Like I realized I've been saying this in my head every day and I'm probably going to write something about this or make a post or something. I don't know, but like work is what you do. It's not a place that you go. It's that like everybody acts like work
You
is
go
this
to work.
I go to work. This is this thing that I go to. Like this is this place that I have to be at. But like, no, dude, work is what you fucking do. You do fuck. It doesn't matter where you're at. Work is what you do. So I don't go to an office. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking floating around. I'm doing different things. I'm here. I'm at home a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to structure my fucking day. So like everything is scheduled. Like my calendar is like filling up. Like I'm scheduling everything. So there's just that structure and that discipline so that I can get away from these time stealers, right?
Right.
I mean, God,
Time stealers. I like that.
dude, you start opening up Instagram or Facebook, you
That's
know,
a time stealer.
dude, and before you know it, like granted, like when there's a time for it, like you can schedule that in and like it can be for business purposes and
Mhm.
it more and more it is necessary today. But on that same note, it can quickly become a time stealer, you know what I mean? And start distracting you. And so it's just having that structure. It's like, I don't get on it until this time. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, one of the best things I've done is I've turned off all notifications on my phone. I'll get like text notifications or like missed call. No, I think just text on my home screen. like it'll show that it's there, but like whenever it's actually opened, like whenever, so like on my lock screen rather, my
Right.
lock screen it'll show. But whenever I actually open it, no bubbles pop up, no email, no fucking
You
like
just
app
you see it.
updates, no texts, nothing. I get no bubbles on my thing. So the only way I would know is like on my lock screen. You know what I mean? Just things that would distract me. Time
And
stealers.
I haven't heard that because we look at it. You'll say it in different type of lingo or whatever. But it is true. I mean, Facebook can kill your life. Well, social media can kill your life because you're just so glued into it. And then there's so much bullshit from other people, and it's like, or there's stuff on there that people are putting on there that are supposed to take your time, which they're making money off of. Which it's some type of a skill they got and all that. But I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like I stopped getting. Well, you have to use Facebook and Instagram for business,
You have to.
but you can get, because I can say I got ladies on that mother like crazy. It's like, oh, you made a single man. It's like, damn, look at that. It's like,
Yeah.
let me get off.
It's temptation for you.
Enough, and then turn it off and
You on Tinder?
yep. But it's
Be
like,
sliding in the
hey.
DMs, huh? Adam Flowers.
hey, no, I just put that picture up like, oh,
Sexual chocolate.
I'll swipe left, swipe right, or whatever. But
Hey, got your model photos up there.
I do. But the thing is, even with that, it's like, but the main thing about that, you get unwanted attention too, right?
Yeah.
You get some shit that looks good, and it's bull. Like I'm grateful to be single. I'm grateful to not have kids, because I'm able to learn about myself. Even though it took me a while. You get, I'm in my 30s, and it's like if I was in my 20s, shit, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about shit. I've been trying to make it since like '07, but the mindset that I have now, it's like I'm grateful to have it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to have the smarts to be like, okay, I can go forward. There's no reason to go left or go right. And be grateful to not be around these motherfuckers that are just pulling me down. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Nah, man, I got to be in the fucking house.
Yeah, dude. You gotta have fucking structure to your life, and you gotta like, you just have to have non-negotiables. You know what I mean? And you said something, you've been trying to make it. Yeah, well, you just gotta stop trying. You just gotta start making it.
That's true.
For real, dude. For real. We've talked about like 1,000 times, dude. You have no fucking
1,000
kids.
times.
You have no fucking kids.
But
You're
look,
single.
hey, but
Dude, you
but
can
let's-
fucking go anywhere
let's
and
say
make it
this.
happen, dude.
you remember when we used to
can.
remember when we used to have these talks?
Yeah.
Where was I at?
Huh?
Where was I at in
Express
the game?
Scripts.
Where was I at in the acting game though?
Oh,
Remember
you're taking classes.
I
You're
was
working
just-
on debt.
I was. Hey, let me just tell you about this debt movie.
Tell them about debt, please.
And he looks at me. It's just so funny. If you talk to Adam and he's telling you some bullshit, or you're talking some bullshit, he'll give you this blank stare, and you know what he's feeling. You know what he's thinking. I know at least. But
Miss me with that bullshit.
that was a movie. I have.
It was experience. You got
It
experience.
was the experience to be on set with people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I.
You
can
learn
say,
what not to do.
You learn what not to do, and then you're steadily getting on sets that people. I mean, everybody's professional, and it's like, okay, where am I gonna go right or am I gonna go left? And you can be on a left project, and it's like you get tired of being on those left projects. I learned.
Well, it's just a decision.
Yeah, my eyes can see it now. You talk too much, I'm good.
It's just experience, right? And people who have projects like that are time stealers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I was telling my boy Justin the other day, or I guess probably in a couple weeks now. I'm like, look, dude, like I need to start adding structure into my days and scheduling shit. So like, dude, like we'll have a meeting and then like we'll start just talking because we can just do that. We'll just talk for fucking hours. Like every day is a podcast with me and him. And it's like a 3-hour one. But so it's like, dude, when we meet, we have to have a clear agenda and like a start and end time, right? Like, ideally, like if you're gonna take meetings with other people, you know what I mean? It's like, can we do this through email? Like, do we really have to meet? Can we do this over a phone call? Do we really need to meet in person? Like just cutting through the bullshit, man, and just like getting to fucking productive, fucking.
And that's the
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
That's the thing. Even at the same time, I work with Built by Battle, which we talked about bringing you on, and you know. But Built by Battle is like a
What is Built by Battle? Tell the folks what Built by Battle is. And what's the guy's name who owns that?
Danny Smith.
Danny Smith?
hmm Built by Battle is a company where it's a clothing apparel company, but it's more than that because it's more of a lifestyle. It's just like you're built by battle. It's just like
It's a lifestyle mindset.
to be better than you were yesterday, and it's just like we say, every day matters.
Yeah.
In this case, and I love the way I love the way you talk because really it's damn near every second matters.
Dude,
You know?
it all matters. I've checked out Built by Battle. I mean, you've been working with them for what, like 2 years now, about, right?
Probably three.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
It's
I
been a
mean,
while,
they've been
yeah.
on my radar for a little bit now, and no, I've checked it out, and no, yeah, the whole philosophy seems very similar, like with Imposed Will, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the Built by Battle. I mean, just for me, it just implies, right, like being strong, like through struggle and conflict, battle,
And
right?
anything,
Yeah,
anything. I mean, you could. It's just like
growth.
it's growth. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
growth, and a lot of people seem like, and it comes down to accountability, but a lot of people aren't growing these days. They're stuck in limbo. They're stuck in a mindset of, I guess, whatever the television shows you, or whatever the fuck, But
yeah.
it's not. It's
Why do you think that is?
depression, work, 9 to 5, head down, 9 to 5, phones.
Yeah, people just
Um,
fucking just trying to just make it through the days.
and you hear people, I'm depressed. Oh, I'm not gonna let depression. It's like, dude, I never knew you were depressed. Or I'm depressed over life. Yeah, because you're you. 'Cause you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people probably do feel like shit depending on like, are you getting enough vitamin D? This is a
Well,
tough time of year.
that's true.
But also, but are you fucking eating well? Are you the most well-known and one of the well documented forms of antidepress or antidepressants is exercise, right? I
hmm
mean, are you moving your body? Are you eating well? Are you getting rest? Like,
We
are you doing these things?
if we're I guess we can say
Popping a pill? Nope, that's what you're
popping
doing.
up, yeah, or yeah, exercise is a big thing, and a lot of people,
Yeah.
either they know it or they don't. You know, I remember this one guy was like I forget, it was a long time ago. I think I told you this a long time ago. And he came. He was he was a security guard, and he came here from, I don't know. He was on the coast, and he was like, man, I never seen so many big women in my life. And I was
Yeah.
like, he's like, man, they're just so everybody's so this and this. He's like, man, I was like, man, I guess it's working out. I don't know, but it's like he was just so into the health thing, and
Yeah,
it was
it's not a
like,
very active community, at least not in St. Louis, unfortunately.
yeah, that's just true. I can't lie on that.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not, unfortunately. But I mean, shit. Everybody's just one decision away.
Literally one decision, one fucking thought away, but will they stay on it? And it's like they're getting caught in it. That's the main thing. With my friends and all that, it's like I'm really not seeing it. It's like, man, you ain't talking to your boy. He's like, man, I know what about that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, we kick it and do what we do, but I still gotta go back to reality.
Well, why do you gotta kick it with them? I would argue you stop to not kick it with those people.
Eh.
I mean, you got because here's
Oh
the,
no, well,
what are you
taking
doing
time out that you can look at this dude. That you can. I mean, you gotta have time to at least do stuff for yourself, as of having fun. If I got everything done, hey, I'm gonna go out and have a drink. You know,
Okay.
but that's the main thing about having stuff done. Now,
But my question is,
why am I with those guys?
but the question is, so it's like, I'm not against having a drink, but if for you having a drink tends to equal not getting your shit done,
But if it's
then
done,
it's not okay to do that.
but if it's done, it is.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at
like you
now.
earned
It
it.
has. If I'm in the house, I stay in the house more than anything because it's like, okay, everything Dan or I need is in the house. I don't need anything. I don't have to go outside.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then so you do go for the drink. The people that you have the drink with, if it's the same old people that aren't doing shit, what do you think that's going to do for you? Does that on the subconscious level does that speak to success? Does that speak to what you want to be? Like
That's true. I
if
understand.
you're trying to go somewhere but you keep doing the same thing, I mean, you're never going to get to where you're going because you're doing the same thing, right? So,
right.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things to where it's like, I mean, even if it's like family, it's not saying like, you just like, you just what the fuck is the word that I'm trying to say? You disown your family member,
Right.
but it's like, maybe you just don't talk to them as much or you don't hang out with them as much anymore because the things that they are doing just aren't congruent with your
Hinders.
goals. And the energy that they have just isn't. Because if you're trying to be with people who are better than you and people who are successful and people who are striving for things, like they're not doing average shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you continue to get your shit done and then, and then you go do average shit, like it's still just like training you to be average.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I
you
can
gotta
see
hold-
that, but I mean, if anything, you still got to come down sometimes. To me, I do.
Well, why not get a new circle? Is what I'm saying.
Well,
I think you got to replace the old with new.
my new circle.
Maybe you have a drink with instead of having a drink with like the boys from like back in the day. It's like, all right, well maybe I'm gonna go have a drink with like fucking like the whole fucking FX crew.
I can see that, but should I could have a drink with? It's like to me, it's like to know where you came to, not even know where you came from, but balance is a big thing. Like I go down, I go up. I stay in the middle most of the time, and I'm always up. Where when I go down, it's like shit. We're shooting the shit. And these guys that I'm even having, well, it's not I can say with me, it's not like I'm sitting back having a drink with the motherfuckers on the block like back in fucking when I'm 20 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's done. Half my homeboys are dead, or out of town. So
Yeah.
it's like, it doesn't. I wish I could do that, but that's not. It doesn't happen. I can't go to the graveyard for that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like in this case, I usually mess with guys that are on a level, but
I don't know these guys. Shit.
yeah. I usually mess with guys on a level, but the main thing about it is it's just. See, I know I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, only thing I can do is say is, man, I'm just living a life. Because I mean, the main thing about it is I know so many people, but the main thing about it is like I mess with motherfucking thugs, drug dealers, successful people, all kind of stuff.
All walks of life.
Yeah, all walks of
I know
life.
people from all walks of life for sure. So what do you think? So I don't think we ever answered the question. So where do you think you want to go?
My main thing is
So just barring all all limitations, like where do you see yourself? Like just pick a spot.
When it's all said and done, I asked the Almighty and I used to ask this question. I used to just say I want to build an empire and I want to make sure that I'm very wealthy, but I'm able to help a lot of people. The main thing with that is where I'm at now is I'm pushing to be an actor, pushing to do other things behind the scenes, create material for people. So I never know. I don't know. I know I'm not gonna go. It's like to me, it's like going to California. It's like I'm scared of the fucking water case or
Yeah.
earthquake codes or.
So you're cool with being here.
I hate the way you say that shit, man. Nah. I mean,
So where do you want to go?
But I don't know. My main thing.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where.
That's an answer.
And the thing is, I don't know where I'll end up. But I know I'm not gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I'm not staying in St. Louis. I know it's not gonna happen. I don't know yet. But it's like my main thing is create a plan, get out of the job first, create your own money, and then jump. I can't just jump somewhere and just.
But
be
while
fucked.
you have the job, you got to be creating the money at the same time. You got to be working the other thing too at the same time.
You said why I have the job?
No, you have to. Is what I'm saying.
no,
So while you have the job, while you're working the job, you also have to be doing the other thing
Right.
to be creating the money to replace this thing.
Right.
But eventually, this thing has to go, and you have to go all the way in on this thing, right? Because you can't keep competing part time with people who are doing it full time.
Right. Right.
It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you have to be okay with like doing without on some things, and like the struggle and the stress.
And that's where it's at. Where it comes down to like I'm taking baby steps of cutting stuff out.
There are no baby steps. It's just rip that
You-
fucking
well,
Band-Aid off.
Hey, you can, but some people don't work like that.
Oh man.
This is the thing. This is what happened. This is one thing that you can't. Your situation, it was like, and then you had to you were already ready to
The
jump
universe
into
did
it.
it for
Yeah,
me,
the universe did it.
But here's the
literally.
thing, though. I had a choice in that moment. I didn't fucking bitch and complain or
No,
whine
you
to
didn't.
anybody. Nobody even fucking knew
Right.
what happened.
True.
You know what I mean? I just started talking about it because I finally owned it, and it's like I'm past it enough to where it's I feel like I've grown from it and I've learned from it, and I have something that I can talk about with. You know what I mean? But when it happened, I had to work through that shit. You know what I mean? And but nobody knew. I
Right.
didn't fucking ask for any help or fucking cry about it to anybody. I
Right.
had a decision in that moment, so I owned it, and then I fucking just took action.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's
So
true.
other people, I could have very easily just fucking crippled up and just woe is me and just fucking cried my ass off and tried to get as much help as I can and look for sympathy. You know what I mean? And anytime the couple people I did talk to, and they're just like, "Well, I know you'll figure it out." That's what everybody said. That's what you said to me too, right?
Right.
Oh, you'll figure it out. Like I know you will. Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
It's a choice. It's a fucking choice and ownership. It's like, hey man, I fucked up. I own that shit. Like, I feel like I didn't really have. I feel like the circumstances were like out of my control.
It's like you didn't have a choice.
I
You
really,
had to make it happen.
like but like in that moment, like okay, these are the circumstances. Now I can accept them, and now I have a choice to make moving forward. You know what I mean? Like it's out of my hands. So we don't know where the next city is for you, then, huh?
I don't know. I don't.
Special effects, though.
I don't know where I'll be. It's because at the end of the day, it's like
But how do you know where you're going if you don't know?
I don't. Well,
I know where I wanna be.
I'm gonna say I don't know the city.
But where do
I'll
you
be
want to
in.
be?
I don't know the city I'll be in. I say
Yeah.
my main thing is
Where's the next city? I tell you where I know where I'm probably gonna. I think I'm most likely. And you never know, but I think I'm most likely. I've always said
Oklahoma?
I want to be a snowbird. Fuck,
Oklahoma.
no. What the fuck? I don't be. No, where you like split time, right? So like, I really want to own a spot in like Chicago because that place is super dope. But fucking, I love Austin. I've been there a few different times already. Like I went 4 times last year, and just that city is so cool. Yeah, it's good weather. It's an active city. It's healthy.
very.
I definitely dig that scene. So I feel like like I'm just here because the kids, like once they're older, that's probably what I'll jet to.
Austin.
Austin, more than likely. It's still Central Time. Texas has no state taxes, and they're crazy.
What?
Yeah, dude, there's no state tax. You just
Jesus.
file your Fed.
Damn, that's love.
Dude,
Fucking Missouri's
Tex-
fucking us.
Texas does it right. Well, I mean, cost of living in Missouri is not terrible.
It's not.
There's worse places, but no, dude, Texas is a sweet spot too.
I got a friend in one of my guys. Remember my guy that moved out there when he got out of jail.
No,
Remember my boy that beat that murder charge?
no, I don't know who. Tell me about this.
It's a lot of stuff. That's so like that's what I'm saying. He went out to Texas. In this case, probably nobody listening that any enemies will say that. But yeah, he beat a case out there and beat a case here. Did some stuff and
I think I remember you telling me about some suspicious
I was
circumstances.
like
I don't.
me and my ex broke up.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
and-
think I knew it was a murder charge though.
Yeah, I probably didn't say nothing. He beat a murder case.
God
and,
damn.
And then he went out. There's no way he could stay in
Who are you
Missouri.
hanging out with, fella?
So he went out to Texas, but the thing is, he's changed his whole life,
Yeah.
and he was changing his life while he was in jail. I used to go see him and all that. Got very religious. To me, I hope he's just spiritual.
Yeah.
But in this case, he's out there, and he's doing good. He's not hustling. He's not doing what he used to do to make money.
Yeah.
You're working your job, but he's like, oh, okay, in this case, I can't do this, so I'm going to have to do my own business.
Yeah.
There's a vending machine stuff out there.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to hustle.
Yeah, and then at the same time, it's like, okay, property. That's my main thing as of once I get everything like I want to get it, when I'm talking to my financial expert, we'll say, once I get everything that I need to get together, that's what I want to jump into. I don't know about real estate, but the main thing is to have the money to be able to do it.
You start buying some shit.
I'm going to have to.
I mean, real estate has created, I think, the most millionaires in America, right? It's like the way to go. I mean, real estate is definitely a place that I see myself. I've been looking at it for a little bit now. Yeah.
I thought about rental properties too.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
As of shit, I mean, with me, it's like I'm not really the biggest thing about having a house, but if I had my own business and I had all that, then I'm gonna have no choice but
Get
to
like
have,
a multi-unit that you can rent, or
and stay in one unit.
Airbnb that shit, or you can get like a spot in Airbnb it.
Those things. It's you can get that. You can go out of town and get one of those. It's like fuck staying in a hotel. I'd rather
Yeah,
stay in that. It's cheaper.
almost exclusively Airbnb. Dude, I had a podcast guest, Ryan Hansen. He's this. I'm doing my steel mace workshop at his gym,
Mm.
and he Airbnbs his spot downtown, and it paid for his mortgage. He said. I think he has several other ones. I haven't talked to him extensively about it, but
Jesus.
yeah, man.
And you just make the money. You rack up on the money, and it's like, okay, well, I'll go stay.
Well, you're essentially running a hotel. Now, he did it. He lives in his loft. He lives there and hosts. Like, you can still live there.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to live there, I mean, it's essentially just running a hotel if you want to do it right. And you can get some properties for pretty cheap, man. Especially at some destination locations. Like, okay, if we're in St. Louis, I would probably try to like look at places closer to downtown if you can. I mean, I'm not.
Lofts are the
I'm-
biggest thing.
I figured you could probably get a building pretty cheap. I mean, I'm not a fucking expert. I don't know,
You can,
but I
mean,
figured you
cheap
probably-
enough where you.
and you could fix it up, and then you can start Airbnb and that shit.
Mhm.
But if you were able to do it in a city that you don't live, I mean, I was looking at like Orlando or Denver or just these destination locations, and you can get like a condo or something and just Airbnb the fuck out of that place.
Right.
Oh
Right.
man, you don't even live there.
Where it actually makes you a good amount of a profit, and it's like okay, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like
It's revenue stream.
having that money to have another spot. Well, the main thing about it is get two, three different properties. You know, if anything, I think.
Debt. You got to become comfortable with debt. You know, I had a class at Lindenwood during my undergrad. It was an entrepreneurship course, and basically all the guy did was the teacher. He just had different entrepreneurs come in and like talk to the class. A lot of times, they had us read different entrepreneurship books. I wouldn't recommend going to school to be an entrepreneur, but
Right.
that class, one of the guys said you have to become comfortable with debt. And I've not, that's something, dude. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it, and it's something I just recently became comfortable with because going back to the law of attraction, what you focus on is like what will like is what you attract. You know what I mean? So even if you're just focused on like I don't like debt, like you're still focused on debt. You know what I mean? So I just said fuck it, just put it out of mind. Like and talking to different people on this podcast has helped. I was talking to Jesse Finney and I was talking to him a little bit about it. He's like, dude, that's just in the past, dude. Just fucking pay it. Just keep moving forward. Like, don't even worry about it. So like,
Oh, that buddy, yeah.
well,
man.
it's just But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, I think all successful people will tell you that. You know what I mean? Because to build, you have to leverage debt.
Right.
That's all it is. It's just leveraging debt. You just leveraging numbers. I mean, banks do it. It's just what business is. You know what I mean? Like that's how business is done. So, man, it's just fucking just getting used to it and just paying on that shit and just focus on building money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just focused on that.
Just building wealth.
Just building.
Building. That makes sense.
Yeah, dude. Just build. How the fuck did I get to that?
I'm trying to think. No, because you said it was something that it was like a focus. You said focus on debt.
Oh yeah, because I was like, man, I was so focused on that shit. So now it's just about focusing on the things that I do want, which is just to make money. Because then you can build enough money to like just pay that debt off. It won't be shit.
That's true.
Yeah, man, dude, a great book by it's called "Sell or Be Sold" by Grant Cardone. I listened to the audio version on Audible, and he has a lot of like extra content in there because he goes on these riffs. Man, that guy is just a fucking G. And there's
What was he saying in there?
man, there's a lot of good fucking nuggets of information in there. But a big thing is a lot of people are just so uncomfortable with selling and having those uncomfortable conversations because it doesn't have to be uncomfortable, but it
What do you
is
mean
for
by
a lot of
selling?
us. Just selling anything, selling yourself, selling a product, selling a service, just selling.
Well, being a salesman, if anything.
Yeah, you always have to be selling, and
Always.
and he said that by not selling, you're doing not only yourself, but you're actually doing them a disservice. And I really thought about that. I took that to heart because, you know, hosting workshops and, doing coaching, you know what I mean? Like I'm selling. And whenever I first started training, like as an undergrad, like back in 2000, fuck, was it '09? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2008. I started at 24 Hour Fitness, like a big box gym, and like I was not comfortable with selling then, and like I had always done it,
Mm-hmm.
but I was never really great at it. Like I was all right, but like at that time, being broke, being young, and
Right.
and then like seeing how much training cost, and just like thinking of it from my perspective of a broke person, and like not seeing the true value of it, like it made it hard for me to sell those personal training packages. And I'm not even seeing all that money anyway. But now I charge way more than what they're selling, and I have no fucking issue with it.
Because you know the outcome.
Well, I know what the value is, and then back to Grant Cardone, where he's saying like you have an obligation to sell because you're doing a disservice. Because at the end of the day, like I believe in myself, and I know the benefit of health and wellness, and you can extrapolate this to anything. Like if you believe in what you are selling and you truly know that it is the best, and you are the best, and what you're doing is the best, and that it is a service, and it will help and it will add value to somebody's life, whatever that is, then you are doing them a disservice by not selling them, because it's going to help them and
Right.
they need it. So by not saying that to them, you're hurting them and you're hurting you.
That makes total
So
sense.
you should always be selling. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because you never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to impact.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's the
You
biggest
know,
thing.
you'll get those no's, but it's that fucking yes. You know what I mean? And it's just, that's something I just really took to heart, especially with
about that.
training, dude. Because like I won't because people will, they don't value their health, unfortunately, and sooner or later it would become your number one priority. But some people, they're always just trying to trying to get discounts or trying to do this, or you know what I mean, and like they just, oh, that's expensive. Like it's really not. Like what you're getting for like what I'm offering, like what my time is worth, and like what my knowledge is worth. Like no, I can have no issue like asking for that. And then also selling, like it's important like to offer those services, right? Because if they need it, they fucking need it,
Right. If they need it, they need it, and that's the thing.
and they do need it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it cracks me up because I mean, I don't know prices, but it means whatever you give out, and it's like saying with me, if I was doing anything and doing a service, then it's like I would have to make sure that I get me, but I want to make sure that you get what you need, the knowledge, whatever I can pour into you to give you to keep you going forward, to keep you going, whatever that direction that you're trying to go, or to stop you going the direction you're trying to go. In this case, but to me, it's like what you pour out. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's so much, it's like so much, okay, you do this, you do that. All the information I have received from you over the years has been, it's been grand.
Dude, so what let's change some gears a little bit, because we were talking before the podcast, and like you just finished a short film, right?
When? What film?
I don't know. You just said you just finished a film, and then you also mentioned it at the very beginning. You said you just directed a film, right?
Well, I directed my film. That was like last year. I think it was in September. We worked like 3 days on it. So I worked at Express Scripts, and then at night I go film overnight.
Yeah.
And then go back to work at Express Scripts.
That's the grind.
3 days.
That's the fucking
and
grind.
I'm down there went mentally sane the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have no sleep. I flipped out on everybody.
So you have people filming it and shit for you, and you're just directing.
Well, I was actually the.
You're the cameraman as well.
No, I was a director. It was director of photography there and all that.
Okay.
The camera operator. Everybody.
So you
was
had
there,
all people. Okay,
but
that's
I'm
dope.
still in front of the scenes. Too.
Yeah. So you had a crew.
Yeah, I mean that was my first time having my first film, a whole crew. The set was phenomenal. I was on the South Side, and it was just unbelievable. We did it for a low budget. I plan on editing that, and once it comes out, thinking about a feature on that same film. So going
What's
to the
that mean?
past as a full feature film. So in this case, we had a short. It could be the film probably could be like maybe 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
Just a starter, just a teaser. Then going to because we have some of the best actors in St. Louis, some fantastic actors, and they go in and out. They're in L.A. They're everywhere. But just going back to that and then making it a feature. It's like a baby project. I still have other stuff that I thought of. I got a horror film that I was thinking of, and I started writing it. And it's
Yeah.
like that project really just came out of nowhere. I get stuff that just get thrown at me,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, da da da, and then it turns out to be this whole thing because that wasn't supposed to be the.
Yeah.
We started working on the project. I went to the meeting on Friday. I agreed Friday. We started writing on it Saturday. We were done Sunday. We were rehearsing fight scenes Monday. Tuesday we started filming. No. Wednesday we started filming. Thursday, Friday we were done.
Yeah.
And that was just like, and that's the small piece of the puzzle of what I'm trying to do. You know, the horror film.
The real work starts like after you get done filming, dude. All
Right.
that editing, it is a fucking process.
And I'm glad I don't have to do. I want to know it.
I've been doing some editing.
I remember. Oh my goodness, that cracks me up. Cause it's a lot of the stuff that we talked about. Oh, I want to get into editing. I'm like, you want to do that? Yeah, I think I. That seems like it's kind of fun. You know, I'm talking how you talk.
Is that I talk? I appreciate it.
And where you're at now, it's like, I mean, literally, it's like I'm doing this. I'm taking those same steps because I want to do my own. But you do realize, yeah, and you know, a team makes it so much easier because you could do so much more if you weren't concentrated on what you're to build a project. You know, so
Yeah. No, man, building a team is where it's at. That's next. Can't
yes,
do it
it
all
is.
alone.
Yes, it
Gosh.
is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we gotta get you out to LA. We just gotta get you out there, start working, man, start making money. It's not that hard, man. I had my buddy on the podcast. We talked about him, Kevin Madison.
And
For
that
folks
cracked me
listening,
up
go
when- yeah.
listen to that episode. But dude, the guy, he explained the whole process, how you have to get like these SAG cards to actually like get into the union, the SAG union. But you have to get, I think it's like 3 of them, I think, or
I
something.
think it's
like,
3 out there, or is it 3 period?
it's 3. You have to get 3 to get into the SAG union, and like he got them in like I think he said like 6 months or some shit like
Right.
that, or 9 months.
Being out there, just
He got it super quick, man. Just fucking working, man. And but the thing is, man, like he explained like he explained like and I think it just depends on what you want to do, right? Because some people are happy just being actors, like they want to work in theater, like they just want to act. You know what I mean? Like it's all about passion projects. They're not worried about making money. They just care about acting. And that's you. That's cool, man. You can do that fucking anywhere, and that's what you're doing. That's fantastic. I mean, his goal is to go out there and make money.
the money is the thing.
You want to make money,
but you
right?
Gotta,
You gotta support yourself. Money's a part of it, unfortunately, right? So it is. So, dude, he's out there, and like he explained the process, like like maybe like you're just like a stand-in, and like maybe you don't make any money, but then like some guys make like $50 a day or something like that, and then you can start getting I can't even fucking remember. I have to go back and listen. But he explained the fucking process for the folks listening. Go listen. Either way, he like explained the whole process of how it does, but even in the beginning, like you can still make a little bit of money. I feel like what you're doing now. So I assume the projects you're working on are all passion projects, right? Like you're not.
No,
You're getting,
I'm making money.
So you're making money for all of them.
Most of my projects I make money off. Yeah. The only projects that I don't make money off of is the ones that I'm saying, oh, well, I'm just going to.
Did you make money off the one where you directed?
No, that was my project.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, where you're doing these things. So, I feel like if it's like I don't want to ask you how much money you're making.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if anything, it's like, okay, what did I do? I did, and that could be that. Hopefully, that's going to be SAG eligible coming up. But they're still shopping it to film festivals. What is it? Ghost Who Walks. A fantastic. Cody Starks did a fantastic action film, kind of mobster type film. What did I make off that? That's
fine. Doesn't matter. Where was it filmed
but
at?
it was here. It was
nice.
Yeah. So say I did a project. I think I was on set 2 days, 3 days,
It's legit.
and I made a good amount of money off of it. Where it was like, okay,
Now, how
that
often-
was the jump where I'm like, I was making money before that, but that was like my biggest paycheck.
But you weren't really making money before that. You said
No, I was.
you were?
It wasn't. That was my. Yeah, but that was my.
that was your biggest paycheck to date.
That's what got me into saying, okay,
Now it can be something.
now it can be something. Now I'm sitting around and I'm making money like this.
But my question is, and this is where it gets different, right? So, okay, so you're making money acting. That's great. How frequently are you making money acting is the question now.
Really, in this case, since I'm still
Like
learning,
are those paid gigs? Like are those
I'm making. I could say I make money every month, but it's not. That's not to. That's not gonna sustain me having a household.
but you want to do it every day, right?
But if
You
I
want to
could
make
do it,
money
if I could do it every
day.
day, yeah.
Right.
But the main, that's where it comes down to.
I think so. I think that's where it comes down to location because
It does
where,
come down to
because of the
location.
amount of opportunities.
That's true. That's true. And see, and with him, I followed him for a minute. You always see him, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. Like it'll be a weekend with me. Like one weekend I played a detective. The next day I played the
Yeah.
the governor, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
But
You do anything commercial acting?
I got to get an agent. I should have been got an agent. Man.
You should have. You should
I
have
should
already.
have. I should. Everybody said like
commercial
today.
acting should have been like the first thing that you did. It's such low hanging fruit, I would imagine. Chicago's close.
I
mean,
said
there's agencies up there.
once my main thing is, and this is an excuse that everybody says you don't have to do that. You stop. What are you waiting on? And you even said this, and I said
I don't know shit about it.
but this is one thing I always said. I said I want to create a reel. I want to when people say, "What do you do? Can you're an actor?" Oh, here's my reel. I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm an actor," and have nothing to show for it. Now, with that case being said, and when I go to the agents or these two agencies that I was thinking about, which people said you're already in, they know you. My main thing is I want to show them what it's like. It's just me. It's me.
I think you're just creating a barrier.
It's me
for yourself, dude. You
but
don't need that.
Look, I don't. But it's
don't
just,
you have a reel by now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a couple things to get done. I'm waiting on a couple things to get done that I'm proud of.
Dude, you're getting
once
in the way of your own success, bro.
Once my project that's directed, that's stuff I'm proud of.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that I have, it was beginning work. It still looks good.
Yeah.
But it's nothing
so
that I
you
can
want
say.
director credit now?
No. Some of the stuff that I had, it was like my work that it's work that I'm proud of, but
Yeah.
it was beginning work.
Yeah.
So the work that I got, like
Right.
the Jesse James.
But you're
film,
always going to be getting better.
and I'm always going to be getting better.
So then you're never going to be happy with what you have.
When I first when I build my reel, I want to have the stuff that looks, I can sprinkle it, but have everything that I want on there.
Yeah.
I don't want to just say,
But is that reel going to get you money?
Yeah, it will.
Will it?
It's gonna give me a lot of networking.
And also credits are what you want, right? You want to be on. You want to get actual. Was it
IMDb?
Yeah, you want actual credits for that. That's what matters, right? I mean,
It matters. It matters.
It does.
I mean,
that is what matters. That's
Yeah, it matters. I mean, I got IMDb. I got credits.
if you're not on that, then you're not.
then you're not. You're
not shit. So
Yeah,
that
that's
it
true.
does. It is what matters, and and that's what people they strive to get credits for that.
And it's like with that, I can tell you the truth. I love IMDb, but sometimes I can have IMDb work, but if I'm on IMDb, I want my footage that I used that I was in that film. I gotta show. To me, it's like, oh, you're in that film. Oh, it looks like it's done. No, it was never done. That's a lie.
Well, we're just talking about
You
that
know,
now.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
well, if you're working with but I think if you're working on a project with people who you're able to get that type of credit that will actually go on to that source, it will get done.
I mean, even my projects on
There's
IMDb, because it was like in the end of the day, I said I want to create stuff. Everybody's saying, "Oh, I can't find any." Well, it's just where I'm at. It's like I can say I wanted to be an actor, but then but once I said I want to be behind the scenes, I actually fell behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
I fell and I'm still in front of the scenes, but
Just more focused on the makeup and stuff now.
no, I'm focused on everything. Like
Right.
the reason I built my audition studio
Yeah.
was to start
You had a green
auditioning.
screen and shit?
Yeah, that's at my house. All that stuff was at my house that I did that.
Oh, man. I might need to come to your house take some pictures.
I'll just show you everything I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Show me that.
It cracked me up because that was the thing. I said, no, let me do it. I said, my 4th year, taking it serious. Now I want to start getting ready to audition way more. I got friends that audition.
Yeah.
I think they audition, 12 times a week.
That's the grind right there, right?
And I'm
going to auditions.
One of my friends, Topher 12 times a week, and he does self tapes and all that. I'll help him self tape. He'll have everything. I'm talking to him on Skype. We're doing it. That's why I learned some of the stuff. And those guys, I say, oh man, it's like I look at them as mentors and stuff because they really told me how to do it. It's like
Yeah.
when I ask you, because I want to know.
Yeah.
Now that I have my whole setup, it's like me taking another step, 4th year. Say, okay, I'll go for an agent. I said I'll go for an agent, but it's like I have to get an agent. But the thing is, it's like now I'm just taking steps. I don't want to jump into something and not be ready for it.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between you and me is that I only know how to jump in head first. That is it. I fucking jump head first into every. That's all I know how to fucking do, man. I analyze and I think about it, but once I decide, I just go.
But see, that's the thing. I'm analyzing and I'm thinking about
I
it.
don't analyze too long. I don't see. That's where the paralysis by
We're
analysis.
two different people. It's
We
like,
are. We surely are. That's okay.
I'm
You're on your own
analyzing.
path, man.
I'm
It's all right.
pushing it. But I mean, I can tell you, yeah. But the universe opened its doors and said, "Boom," with you, and you had to make that chance, and you made it. You did what you had to do. But where I'm at now, as of job wise, 9 to 5.
I mean, I could have ran back to the 9 to 5. I mean, I took a couple contracts in between there.
I hear you, man.
Hey, listen, bro. You know what? It's your life. Listen, you're on your own journey. It's totally cool. It is. It really is. I'm not trying to sit here trying to make you feel bad about it.
Nah, my main thing is baby steps because I'd be damn I fail. That's the one thing
Failure is a part of the fucking recipe. It's
That's true.
Failure is guaranteed, my friend. You can't avoid it. It's
that's
impossible. If you try to avoid failure, you're going to avoid success.
That's true. But in this case, the failure that I won't see in this. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna fail, but I'm trying to make sure I cross my eyes. I mean, I dot my cross my T's and dot my I's in certain ways where, in certain ways where I want to fail so much. We'll say I won't have those issues that it's like certain things that I won't have to worry about.
Trying to cushion it, huh?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm just being real. I mean, at the end of the day,
I hear
I'm making sure I have a safety net and taking everything. I'm digging like 4 or 5 holes
Yeah.
and making sure those 4 or 5 holes I make something out of instead of saying like I did the past, dig 9 holes and only get 4 things out of it. I want everything now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get it, but it takes time. It's like I'm just doing everything at once. A lot of people say stick at one thing. If everything is in the same path as a goal, why not do it all? If
Yeah,
you have the time to do it.
If it all works together.
If it all works together. And
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing, it's like, okay, I love horror. When I did the heist, my eye was out. I was a blinded guy. I looked very scary in it. But
I saw you post a picture. You had like contact in or something?
but if I would have did my own makeup then, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
I would have got better. And the only reason I was like that because that's what I thought about. I'm like, like the horror film I'm doing with with all the makeup that I thought about having somebody pay somebody to make this mask do this.
Yeah.
I never thought I was thinking about no damn. I was like, man, why the fuck am I not doing? Why am I not doing what I want to do? But I want to do it all. So why am I not doing FS makeup? Oh, I can do this myself and have my own. I'll lose 20 pounds of roll, be skinny. I already have the fucking props for what I'm doing the horror stuff for.
Yeah.
And I just got to do the makeup. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just putting that time in and making sure that that's what I want to do. I want to do it all.
Yeah.
It has to work.
So you're trying to learn all parts of the business.
All parts of the
Every
business
part of
and
the
go
business.
straight into it.
It's
So
it
I
really-
stay on set being a makeup artist if I didn't get the role. Oh, we'll hire you for this, but okay, cool. You paying me. And I get credits.
Right. Well, it's important. I mean, if you're trying to build a team, to understand what everybody's doing, right? So I mean, that's definitely important, for sure.
Right. I mean, it has to be due to the fact that shit. It's like you're gonna be slumped in this position if you don't learn. A lot of people say, I'm an actor, but I don't go to acting classes. I'm an actor, but I don't practice technique. I don't audition. I don't read scripts. How are you an actor? In this case, and that's how I feel. I'm doing that. And even with the makeup stuff, I want to be a makeup artist. So I'm not looking at the different type of makeups, not looking at the tutorials. Now, really in this case, putting my money into getting one-on-one with people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
Built by Battles, Danny Smith. His fiance does SFX.
Oh, really?
And she
Nice.
started doing. She was like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and I was like, "Man, you know, already know. I want to do that." Yeah, I mean, it's like it's meant.
Yeah.
It's like if it wasn't, I'm like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have the opportunities just to say, "Oh yeah, we'll help you." Oh, well, I charge this. That's very cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
you're definitely taking action, right? You're making steps. You're working on projects. You're getting around the right people.
steps, baby steps. I heard it from Adam.
You're
Everybody, give
taking
him a
steps,
hand.
like you said,
Yes.
taking those baby steps.
Taking the steps.
Hey, man, I can
I
dig
ain't
it.
gonna lie, man. I ain't never seen nobody leap like you. I tell you the truth, man. You would say that. It's just it's so crazy because you used to say that every day. This same conversation, that's all. Everything you're hearing now is the same thing I was saying before. And then when his situation happened, and he left the job, and it's like I'm watching. I have to do nothing but watch.
People are always watching.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching. Okay, okay. Let me see if he talking what he preached. Acting on what he's doing, and he's doing phenomenal, which pushed me in that direction where I'm like, okay, because just like we said, you can have somebody come in your life, change your thinking, just off a conversation, and in this case, it was conversations every day because Adam's desk was.
You're right behind me.
Really, I'm right. He can turn around and he can see me.
Look right at you,
And
man.
I'm yelling at my screen. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, but you've come a long way since then. I mean, I remember at that time you were just looking into acting classes.
Literally,
And
just
then
now jumping.
you were just
into
looking
it.
into it, and then I remember you were kind of trying out a couple because you weren't sure which ones were kind of working with you.
No, that's
and,
when I was like, man.
yeah, you were on debt
I said,
for like
fuck
2
this
years
shit.
or whatever the fuck
3.
ever. And then yeah, that was just a
It's
joke.
like fuck that. I said it has to be more than this.
I think the only good thing about that you guys had that epic party, which I didn't even get to go to.
the epic party, yeah, and me really starting to say, okay, I want to do this.
Right, yeah, but I think definitely that negative experience of debt really pushed you towards like making positive steps, right? Like you weren't going to work with people who weren't about their shit.
Man.
I remember because it wasn't too long after that, like you got a very it was like a short film. I think you worked on it in 2 or 3 nights. It was like out in like O'Fallon or like St. Charles or like St. Louis or
Yeah,
some shit.
Um,
You were dead though. Like you were
yeah.
like 3 days straight.
mhm.
It was, just
Overnight.
you sleep for a couple hours, come into the gig. Like,
Mhm.
so like you started taking steps towards that way. So, I mean, you definitely been taking taking your baby steps.
It's
You're taking 'em.
hey, but
At least you're taking them though. Some people
but-
take none, dude. Some people just fucking sit there and talk about it and dream about it and don't take any steps. So, I mean, you're definitely taking, I bust your balls,
all the
but
time.
you're definitely taking steps, man, because I mean, I've talked about it in the past, cutting out negative people, and I know you've done that, even though I know I'm hard on you, but like I've seen you take the steps, dude. I know you have. I would like for you to take them faster, but you're still
And
you're
that,
still doing
but see,
something.
that's where I'm at now. And I guess 2009. No, what is it? No, it cracks me up. One of my homegirls, she was like, "You're doing it." She said, "But you're not going hard." It was like it was something. It was just it hit me so hard. It was like, and it was like it you said it. It was like it coincided with what you say. It was like you're doing it, but you're not going all the way hard with it. You're not. And I was like, that's when I started counting my days.
Yeah.
Come 2019.
Yeah, at a certain point, you have to go all in. You just have to because, you know what I mean? Like, if the goal is to get all in, so I mean that's where you're ending up, right? The if you're starting with the end in mind, the end is to be all in, whatever that is for whoever, But eventually,
You have to. There's no excuse. You
Yeah,
can't half-ass it every time.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, okay,
yeah,
the fourth, third, because last year I was supposed to have an agent, and I was discouraged, and I got busy, and I didn't get busy. It was just I was just scared, and I said, dude, I never knew, and I'll be real with you, with acting, not even the acting is not the issue. It's the next jump. I'm scared to jump in things, and I can say I don't know why. I told, like, people know, but a lot of people don't. Like I had my first business at 21, 22.
Oh yeah, what was that?
It was a detail shop. I started a whole detail shop out of my mother's garage.
Oh, for real? You've
and
always been very entrepreneurial, right? I mean, you used
yeah,
to train people.
and got discouraged. Well, with training people, that shit got old because I can say it got old
Because people weren't all in. They didn't.
because the Midwest.
Well, people don't care about themselves, right? They
Yeah,
don't care about their own
yeah,
health, and they try to
yeah,
devalue it. And then just
yes.
depending on when you're trying to make money, you know what I mean. You just want to like get clients, and you want to help people, but people don't value your time or they don't
Hmm.
value their health. So that can, yeah, I know that frustration. But anyway, you had detailing.
I had the detail shop. I got discouraged, and I gave all my stuff to my friend. He did his detail shop. He has it this day, and that's been. I said I don't kick myself in the ass for it, but you know, you go back to those things. It's like certain times of the day or certain times in your life, you're gonna have to stop being scared. And it's like I'm coming out of the shell of being scared to make jumps,
Yeah.
and I'll create a wave, and then I'll just be like, that's not anymore. Let me go to the next thing. And I'm not saying it's not like I'm bored of it. It's just,
Yeah.
you get, you know,
Oh, dude, I know what you're talking about. Man, I wish you would have been listening to Andy Frisella's podcast all this time. He has so many good episodes on this kind of stuff, and I mean, and you can get these lessons from anybody. It doesn't have to be from him, but
I get it from you, my brother.
that's totally fine. It's it's essentially it's there's one example I really loved, and it's like just think of it. We're all taking steps, right? We're all at year one. Maybe there's fucking 100 people acting. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Year one.
Year one. There's a whole bunch of people. There's a lot of competition, right? But then things get harder. Things get more difficult. You know what I mean? You're gonna start facing struggle and setbacks, right? So by year two, so maybe by year three, maybe now you're at or at year two, now you're at like 50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then at year three, maybe you're at like 25.
Yeah.
And then at year like 5 on, like maybe it's like the 15 people. You know what I mean?
The elite.
But it's not necessarily. You know what I mean? So once you get up here, there's less competition. It's stiffer, right? In the sense of everybody's good. But usually once you get up there, everybody's helping each other.
And that's
everybody's helping each other. Everybody's growing. Everybody's winning. You know what I mean?
It's a whole different. We're as of the elite in St. Louis, they help. It's it's teams, but it's
the elite of everywhere.
Yeah, and that's true.
That's true. That's the thing, dude. It's that when you have a growth mindset, you don't everybody's winning. You know what I mean? It's that scarcity mindset that keeps people thinking like, oh, dude, your success is my failure. Or when you see people doing well, it's like they start feeling bad about themselves and shit like that. You know what I mean? Or must be nice. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like crabs in a fucking barrel, dude. They're just trying to pull each other down, and that is very prevalent in the Midwest. I found. But yeah, dude, it's just about encouraging each other and just keep pushing through. Like you mentioned your friend, right? I mean, he hit that hard time with the detailing, but he pushed through to year 3 and then he pushed through to year 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all it is. It's just pushing through, just knowing that the hard times don't last.
California, I'll probably take a trip.
Dude, I'm going out the end of fucking February. You're welcome to tag along if you want to at least.
How long are you gonna be on?
I'll be there for the 27th through February 27th through March the 4th. I mean, obviously, I have my own agenda to shit, but I mean, if you wanted to go out there and at least get out there. Either way, I'm taking tons of trips. Don't worry.
It sounds like
we can figure something out. Yeah. You got any trips coming up this year, man? I decided I'm going to start traveling a whole lot more, and it's just been the best decision.
I got family. There's a lot of family I need to see, but as a trips-wise, it's like
nothing planned.
Arkansas, Colorado. I got cousins out there. I got cousins everywhere. Orlando,
Good,
Chicago.
Man. So it means you always have somewhere to stay. It means you can go work everywhere, dude.
I got, and that's the thing. It's like it's now. It's like, okay, build the audition spot so you can audition and not ask anybody all that shit. I don't want to ask anybody to do what I need to do. Like what I did. I just need you to read this. I'll do everything else.
Well, not even talking about acting. I'm just talking about, if you want to do acting while you're there, but I'm just saying, like, you can travel anywhere and just stay with somebody and just make it work for you.
To me, I can tell you the truth. I'm on day 15.
That's fine.
I don't give a fuck about going anywhere. My main thing is just to keep going with this. It's like,
hey, dude, you got to focus on something. That's totally fine. I get it. Traveling has been so important to me. I didn't do a whole lot of traveling growing up. And
you said that.
Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot of it. And having kids young, it just wasn't, financially a thing that I could do. And now I'm just in the position, and I have even probably less money than I did then, since I'm like doing my home thing and like growing. But like I've found like there's no reason to like not be able to make it happen. It's actually really cheap to travel.
Right.
If you're willing to drive, gas isn't too much. If you can, have
It's cheap.
2 or 3 people pile up in a car, dude, and gas is not shit. And then you talk about Airbnb. Fuck, I'll sleep in my car. I don't care. I seriously thought about whenever I go out to LA, I considered just like renting like a van or a decent sized vehicle. I'll sleep in that bitch the whole week. And I fucking shower at.
Where are you going? Where you staying at out there when you go out there?
I haven't figured it out yet. Hopefully, I can crash with some people, but I don't know, dude. I have not figured it out. All I know is I got my ticket. I know I'll be there, but
shit, I don't sound bad. You already know I got fucking PTO for days.
You do have PTO, man. PTO is nice. To get paid and not. Dude, I was stacking that shit so I can get a big paycheck when I quit. I lost it.
I got 130 hours of PTO. You already know I kept it. I dropped from 170, but it's like,
dude, you realize when you quit, that's a check.
It is.
That's a check. So,
see, in February,
I would use that in your plan, right?
But I mean,
that's guaranteed money.
That's true, but
plan for that.
But the thing is, I plan on having my business before,
That's totally fine, but you're talking about
you're talking
about a difficult transition. You should factor that into when you make your transition, because otherwise, how are you ever going to know when you can make your transition? You're always putting off your date. It's like, all right, set a number for yourself, whatever the fuck that number is. Like my boy Kevin, he said, I'm going to save up $10,000 and I'm going to move out to LA. For him, $10,000 was his number, so that's what he did. What I'm saying is, okay,
which makes
whatever your day is, whatever that looks like, whenever that is. I'm not saying it has to be, but it's like, all right, one day you plan on leaving Express Scripts, right? So you will probably still be maxed out on your PTO, more than likely. I'm sure you'll use it here and there, but it accrues, right? It accrues. Use it or lose it.
I might. In February or March, February I'm planning. I'm going to take a whole week off. I'm doing nothing but tutorials and makeup.
Cool. That's only.
That's 40 hours.
That's 40 hours. Guess what? You'll get that back quick. You've been there for so long, dude. I get
8 hours every
a day. You get 2 days a month, dude. You'll get that back so quick. That's not shit. So that's my point. So just think to yourself. All you have to do is just think to yourself, all right, well, I'll probably have X amount of PTO hours, which equals X amount of paychecks. So whenever I leave this place, I'm gonna get this check. I mean, that's not like. I mean, how is that?
What do they give you? They don't give you the whole thing. What do they?
Yes, they do. They pay you out.
They don't. It cuts something out of it.
No, what you're thinking is that you can't accrue over a certain amount, and then
they pay you out of. So
if you have 100 PTO hours, and they're going to pay you $20 an hour for that, right? What is that? $2,000? They're going to pay you a $2,000 check. I mean, you're gonna get taxes and shit. They're gonna tax you on it, right?
That makes sense.
But my point is,
added in.
So when you're planning for the future, it's just like, all right, man. When I leave this place, I'm gonna get this check, and I know that that's gonna help me with this transition.
Right.
And why is that? That's not like banking on something that might not be there. Like,
it's gonna be there.
That will fucking be there. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Unless something fucking happens to you, it's like when you quit, you will get that.
Right.
You can plan that into yourself, and that should give you some of that security blanket.
Right.
Really, that's what it does. On a subconscious level, that's going to provide you some of that security and that ease as you're taking your steps, dude. And that's just one little thing you can do.
And that's like the main thing. It's really that
how you
security
think
blanket and making before I make the transition. I want to make the transition in my own money, because I don't want to go. That's the last thing I want to do is go to a place, start over for one.
Well, you are going to be starting over.
But I'll be starting over. But as of financial wise. I don't knock anybody.
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm working on. It's not like I'm thinking about it. I'm working on the business part of it as of business. Trying to get a business loan. All this stuff.
Well, hey, dude, we're in the beginning. Like you said, you're on day 15, bro. That's totally cool. I get it. I'm just talking about just like mentally. I just don't want you to mind fuck yourself.
No, I won't.
Just on that one little thing.
I can't.
I think you just started looking at it differently. Dude, you got that money coming when you quit.
But see, the thing is, with that, 2 G's compared to having 100,000.
You do a lot with 2 G's.
I
in
could, but I
the
can do a lot.
beginning.
I can do a lot with 100,000 too.
For sure.
So, and I can do a
You're
lot.
not gonna make 100,000 though working at Express Scripts.
I'm not. I'm gonna make 100,000 having my own business.
Yeah.
But I can make 100,000
Fuck yeah.
and have say I had 100,000. Say I had 50,000. I'm comfortable. I can do what I need to do. I'm not comfortable, but I can do what I need to do and still be gaining money there and doing what I need to do out here. I want to have my own. So
Well,
it's like I'm
if you've
working
already
on
made 100,000 in your own business, why the fuck you want to be an actor?
it's passion.
Exactly. Right? So the goal is just to be able to do the things that you want to do in life. At that point, you've already so it sounds like you want to like build a business and like make some shit happen so that way it frees up your time to do the things that you enjoy,
And do everything at once.
which is acting.
Which I'm doing.
Right.
I'm doing everything at once. And it's the first time that it's actually working out.
Yeah.
That it's literally showing that it's working out. And I can say there's no way I can stop it. There's no way I'm going to stop because it's working out. Where it's like, if I can do this all at once and everything's happening, what will happen when, say one of those holes, I dig up one of the holes, I got gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still going forward.
Yeah.
Shit,
Well, I'm just saying,
that's-
whenever you leave the job, right, for your own business,
Mhm.
you have $2,000 just to put into your business.
That's true. If that $2,000 is there,
It
it
will
might
be.
not be there.
Why not?
I might use that just to take a trip. I know, I understand, but dude, it might not be there. I'm not banking on it.
I mean, you have control over it.
I'm not banking on that time.
I mean, it's 100% in your
I'm not banking
Control.
on that. I'm not banking on keeping those hours.
yeah. So you think you're banking on using them?
I'm banking on using them.
Oh, okay.
Because they were only for film.
Because I mean, it's your choice whether you
They,
use them or
they were
not.
only for film though. That was the thing. I only build hours so I can say, hey, I'm not gonna be here.
You only use
If
Yeah.
I say I got that position.
yeah,
Oh, we need you to be gone a month. Okay, I'm out.
yeah.
It's like,
Well, and assuming it gets approved.
oh, you got it. So, yeah, and I was just thinking, as soon as I was saying it, I was like, that shit.
Exactly.
I said 56 hours of sick time. What you get past that? But I
See,
think
there's
about all that
stipulations
shit.
to that shit, man.
But
so
but that's true. So I look at it as my main thing is to make it easier as I can. Cause I do look at that, but it's like if I can leave, if I can just jump and go.
yeah,
I'm out.
yeah,
And with my team, they know. They switch it around. My manager's like my cousin, so she wants to see me make it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's just
yeah. What are you gonna name your horror film?
it's called
Two. TOO.
TWO. It's I got a huge chest. I have to show you when you come over. I got like a Ouija board on top of it and all shit.
Like you put a body in it.
Oh, two.
Oh fuck.
I'm having trouble. If anybody wants to help me write this damn fucking horror film, I'd love it. Cause I already started.
You got a meetup?
Huh?
You got a meetup? A meetup group?
Yeah.
You know that app
no,
Meetup?
I actually took Meetup off there. I need to put it back on.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
St. Louis.
you got a what? I cut you off, Joe. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no. I need to get to writing it. I started on it and then I got thrown into that project.
Oh.
And just like I'm getting ready for different projects and it's like
So
but
you're looking for somebody to kind of partner with to help you
I
on
need-
this
I need-
project.
yeah.
You
It's
just need it.
just-
It's just necessary to have a team do. Yeah, that's what
And
I think.
I
That's
can
why I
get it
said.
done.
Yeah.
it's just
So that's why I think I said Meetup. Meetup will help with that. I mean, fuck, it's a free app, man.
no, I've been on Meetup before because we had Meetup groups for actors. That's when I first started. It was St. Louis Actors Meetup,
Yeah.
and I was doing that then too.
Yeah, but you could post one, right? You could post your own.
I'm gonna do so. Yeah, I probably am. I asked somebody, and he was like, "Oh, well, you like, dude, like, I need help doing it. I don't need
Yeah.
a motherfucker to revise it when I'm done, because I'm not gonna be done. I'm writing a full. It's like I said, nobody can just write nobody can do a full feature movie, a 2-hour something movie or an hour and something whatever movie, their first rip. It doesn't work like that. It's not gonna be good. You have to start off doing your baby steps, your short films. You do this short film. Like I wrote one short film, and it ended up being like a monologue. And then when I did my actual directed project That was my actual official short film, I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once it's done, we'll say that. But then the next step is a feature or another short to get ready for the big picture, the film festivals, something that's going to be good enough to that people that you can win award. I want to win awards in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just I guess if it comes down to it, even though I know I'm the shit, I want to make sure that I know I'm the shit. You feel me? I know you do.
Yeah, believe
but
it, bro. Just gotta believe it.
No, it's like, and that's the thing. That's true. That's true. But it's like even though I know it, it's like I guess that's what I want to show to myself,
Yeah.
and it's like a confirmation.
Well, I have faith in you, bro. I really,
This motherfucker is like,
I do, man.
you'll figure it out.
Shit. Well, hey, bro, let's wrap this up. It's been a fucking awesome time chatting.
It is.
Let's I'm gonna open the floor to you. Leave the floor to you. You have the open floor. I don't fucking know, man. But the floor is yours. Tell the folks, man. If there's anything you want to plug, promo, how your socials, how can folks get a hold of you, whatever you'd like.
If you don't know, people can get a hold of me from Facebook, Adam Flowers. You'll see a black guy smiling, Adam L. Flowers. I'm Adam L. Flowers on IMDb. My Instagram is Adam Beast, like Wildebeest, Adam Beast 31. And you can just see what I'm doing. In this case, it's not like I'm sitting around on the couch twiddling my thumbs. I learned that. Get beat over the head a lot of times when I was working with Adam, and he used to stare at me, and so a lot of the times I can just tell you the truth. You can find me anywhere. I'm actually Black and Smiling on YouTube. TCMB. They call me Black. So I mean, I'm building material now. This year I'm going to be putting more material on. So, but you will see me. You will see me in the future. You'll see me doing makeup. You'll see me doing effects. You'll see me doing a lot of things. And just really in this case, enjoy the journey that I'm going through, because it's gonna be something. I'll tell you that.
Right on. And I'll put all this in the show notes, dude. All right, everybody. Until next time.